Big up, big up. Good morning, guys. What's good? What's good? It's your boy, Market MUFC fan. Good day to you guys. I have a little bit of a new timing. Can't really make the morning streams due to some, difficulties, guys. But you know what? I will be here around these times now more consistently and maybe a little bit of an afternoon stream as well. This stream will now be my new stream. A little bit of updates and stuff. I will actually try to return to the 8:30 a.m. streams as well. But right now, I couldn't do it this week, guys, so I have to apologize to you guys for the days that I've missed. Big up to all of you in the chat. Hope you're well. There's a lot to talk about. As you know, there's lots of speculations happening right now. Lots of people are worried about it possibly being an injury crisis. Is it one? Is it not? Could it be? What is happening with Manchester United currently as we are speaking? Guys, there's lots to get into. Big up to you, GB. Hope you're well. Big up to Irfan as well. Big up to you guys. Hope you guys are having a great day. Let's get into some of these issues right now at hand. As you know, there's quite a few players to be talked about. As you can see the thumbnail, I'm not going to go into depth on Mazarawi, but what I would say to you guys is there's some news coming out both from both sides saying that this might be true, that might be true. And there's on the other side, there's another aggregator saying that it's completely false. He will be available for the game when we're back against Brentford in a few weeks. So, what is there to talk about? Guys, well, I will bring it to the stage right now. As you can see, guys, this is what's happening right now. Currently, Manchester United have fifth new injury blow, latest international withdrawal confirmed. Big up to you guys. Big up to Irfan. Big up to Manchester's Red Forever. What I will say to you guys this afternoon is that don't be worried. Amad Diallo's actually ill. He's not injured. So he withdrew from representing his national nation, to get recovered during this time, get some rest. And I think that's positive. So you know what I mean? Like we know that Alejandro Garnacho was feeling a muscle strain. It's not actually a muscle strain. He was feeling like he was getting one, so the team withdrew him from his Argentine participation as well. And I think it's the same for Kobe Mainu. So that covers for three of the players who are said to be out. Currently, as you know, Harry Maguire is injured. We're not too sure how bad is his injury, but he could be out for the next coming two games. And that's what the interesting news is. Currently, Al Mazraoui has pulled out from representing Morocco, but we are yet to confirm on his injuries. As we know, after the game, it was because he was feeling a muscle strain as well. We have been hearing this morning that, some news about him possibly having some cardiac issues, but I don't say that's true because there's no official reports on that. Guys, what are your thoughts on this? What does Manchester United do? I mean, three of our injuries are in the defense. It's almost like we could be suffering a crisis all over again. Are we there or are we not there yet? Big up, big up, big up, Irfan. Big up Manchester. Bro, this week is for United fans. No United match means no depression. Well, I'm kind of depressed when United's not playing, guys, to be honest. I look forward to them playing every weekend, even when we don't have games. And I kind of feel a little bit of a miss in my heart when there's no Manchester games on a weekend. Big up to Wes. Big up to you, my brother. I'm staying positive, bro. 100%. I'm not panicking. I'm just asking the question that's probably on the minds of lots of other fans because I'm really optimistic about the season. I think we will do very well. I think there's a little bit to be, happy about. There's some stuff to be concerned about as well. We have not been winning games like we should, but I dare not say that we can't start and we can turn things around. It's only been 7 Premier League games. We currently do have a positive situation, having the most clean sheets in the league with four. Other teams have less that are on top of us that have three. We've only conceded the same amount of goals as Man City and Liverpool. The biggest problem is we are not scoring goals. You know what I mean? So big up to Hayden Pro in the building. Big up to you guys, bro. Big up to Irfan. If you give love something, you are not panicking, but concerned, but have concern. Yeah, if you have love for something, 100%, bro. That's 100%. And I am concerned. I'm concerned about the fitness of some of our players. Luke Shaw is injured, but unavailable for Manchester United. But apparently, he's always available to go play for England. This has been a concern of mine for a long, long time, and I'm not his biggest fan because of this. Because I feel like he prioritizes Manchester United below his English representation. And I mean, the World Cup is every 4 years. The Euros are every two. So for me, Manchester United is supposed to be his bread and butter. I do appreciate his, patriotism because, for me, I'm from a small island. I would love our players who could represent us at the best, come represent us, even if they play for other countries. And that type of patriotism is to be lauded. But right now, this is about Manchester United, and we need someone to be in that left back role. There has been some reports that Malacia will be back in time for the game against Brentford to possibly be on the bench. We don't know if he's going to get minutes or not. Smash the likes and subscribe, guys. Even if it's just 8 of you watching today, big up to all of you guys. I think, it's going to be an interesting situation. What are your thoughts on this, guys? You know what I mean? Let me know in the comments how you guys feel about the situation, because at the end of the day, it's not just about what I think. You know what I mean? There's a lot of reports out there, and it would be good to hear the concerns of the fans, just like you. We are all fans of Manchester United. Let's check in the comments what you guys are thinking. Irfan, what are your thoughts on you? I heard you saying earlier that you don't think we should panic. What else are you thinking? What are we gonna do with the left back situation if Mazarari is happen to be out for a game or two? Dallo is already playing there. Do we move Dallo to the right, play Lindelof on the left, or do we let Lindelof play on the right? How much is Tim Rom? I'm not too sure. I could double check the transfer market and see how it goes because, I think he's somewhere in the region of 30 million euros or something like that. He's not a bad defender at all. So definitely you would have a high value in the market. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. Transfer market. Let's check out the transfer mark. Tim. I don't know, bro. Big up Joe Blackman in the building. My thumb is letting me down today. Spelling errors. Big up. I think that I'm trying to find information on Tim Rom. I'm not getting it. Tim Rom. It's weird. Oh, it's Rom. David Rom is this dude name, bro. Nonsense. Bro, I didn't even remember his name myself. Let's check him out. Transfer market. We're on transfer market. Let's bring it up on the screen. Tim Rom. Look him here. This is the guy you're talking about, David Rom. 25 million, 26 million euros. That's not a bad price. That's not a bad price. What are you guys saying in the comments? Possible replacement. Let's see how that goes. Big up to Joe Blackman in the building. I was looking for you. Now I know. Bro, I had to come to my stream at some point, bro. I got kicked out from the stream. I don't know how I got bumped out from the studio, bro. So I was like, then I checked the time and I was like, I gotta come go live. Big up to Frankie, glory, Man United, brother, every single day. We first need to sort out the left back. I personally wouldn't mind a 3-5-2 formation, Irfan, 100%. His name is David, bro. You keep throwing me off with that Tim, bro. Big up to Irfan in the building, says Joe Blackman. And guys, I think we need to sort out the left back position. I'm one of those that thinks that maybe we should be, even if we don't think he's ready, it's time. Maybe we are forced to put that out there and get him, you know what I mean, into the fold. I think maybe we should bring Harry Amas into the fold. We should stop thinking that and just put the throw him into the fire. He's a young player. He's been training all his life. We've seen him in preseason. Of course, he's not the finished article, but we're definitely going to need him to do well and improve. You know what I mean? And in order for Manchester United to go forward, of course, we're going to have to take some risk. I think this is one of those times, for me, I think, but what is Eric Ten Hag? Is the management, are they going to take that risk? That's a question I'd like to ask you guys. You guys want to come in and have your say? You know what I mean? You guys could come in and have your say if you like. I'll drop the link in the comments. I definitely think it's something that we should be doing. Yes, Yorkshire Cowboy not matching a left back end up biting us in the telling you, broski. I thought about this. As much as it was, I thought it's something we definitely should have done. You know what I mean? Even if it was a free signing like a Mario Hermoso, I think he would have fit in right. We'd have been having him right now. You know what I mean? It would have cost us next to nothing to get that guy. He was free. 6 million a year. I would have paid that in a heartbeat, but I'm not the guy in charge. You know what I mean? That's just what I would have done. But what I could tell you is recently there are some reports coming in. Of course, this was once our player, and it's going to be very interesting. Tyrell Malacia is almost back as well. I've been screaming if Bournemouth left back was cheap. Bournemouth, yeah, the guy, we know about him. Kirkes, interesting player, that guy. I think he would have been well. Big up to Joe Blackman in the background. Joe, what are you saying, man?
Hello, can you hear me first of all?
Yeah, bro. It was always your internet, really, not your mic.
Well, you know what? I'm on my phone now, so maybe it's my Mac. I don't know. I'm using the same internet, but we'll find out soon. I got that hookup anyway, so I'm gonna hook it up soon, and we'll see what's going on. But yes, left back situation. I don't mean to jump straight into your show every time I come in. It's just that when I hit the link,
Nah, big
it
up,
brings
big
me
up.
straight
Come in,
in.
man. It's all good. It's all good.
But yeah, the left back situation, bro. What I was saying on the show earlier. I just feel like what this really should have been prepared for. Do you know what I mean?
I
Like
agree there.
even with the likes of like Mazraoui and Dallo, we knew that basically we had two right backs. So even if we lost one, we would have a right back crisis, man. Imagine if they both get injured. Do you know what I mean? Imagine if
Bro,
they
this
both
is
get injured.
why.
Then what? Then what?
Well, I
With the
mean,
crisis that we
what I
had
could say is this,
last
though.
season, go on.
Two things I would say, though. And this is why I kind of in between, because we have a new structure. We have guys in charge that took credit for certain signings, whatnot, whatnot. Now, maybe they take a risk with Lenny Euro. They didn't expect him to get injured so soon, or they thought the injury would have healed. You know what I mean? So far, that was a locked out situation. The issue right now is that maybe they had a plan to rebuff the left back situation over time. They thought that maybe, you never know, Luke Shaw was supposed to be back because he came back fit from
Mm,
from the Euros. You remember?
of
And that is
course.
probably one of the biggest reasons that stopped us. But why was that one of the reasons that stopped us? You know what I mean? Well, we know Malacia gonna be back soon as well. I
I
mean, he
think the
hasn't played in
manager's
a whole
showing faith
season.
in the wrong players, fam. He's showing faith.
Now
I think
he
he
can't
likes
blame it
Luke
all on the
Shaw.
manager. You see, the
I'm not
problem is
saying that it's not all the manager, fam. I'm not sorry. I'm not saying it's all the manager. Please believe that. Yeah, it's not all the manager, right? But from the
mm,
higher ups down to the manager, the whole hierarchy that was sitting there deciding the whole should we buy a left back thing, and they went, "Oh no, Luke Shaw's probably coming back. He's back fit, yada yada yada." And when I say I think the manager shows too much faith in certain players, it's those kind of players I'm talking about. These players that he believes are good, and I do believe that Luke Shaw's a good player. I don't think Luke Shaw's showing the same amount of faith in Ten Hag that Ten Hag is showing him. And there's a bunch of players on that pitch that
You
I think
disappeared just now,
that.
bro.
Oh,
You
sorry.
gotta
Hello.
repeat what you're saying just now.
Oh, sorry. What did you hear?
Right before you say Luke Shorty last time, you went low.
Okay, well, basically, all I was saying is that Luke Shaw is not giving his all. Yeah, he's not giving his all, and I feel like he's putting faith in the wrong players. Yeah, and it's evident. It's not just Luke Shaw. Yeah, there's other players around the pitch that I believe that he is showing too much faith in, and that's also letting him down.
I mean, I'm not going to disagree with that statement, but like what I would say is this: we couldn't predict Luke Shaw was coming back. It's not just him, the medical staff. It have people around him
Of
now,
course,
like Wilcox and all these guys that would have been examining Luke Shaw as well. I don't think it's just on him. Bring it, Rick Amank, what your thoughts is on this situation here now?
Yo,
ooh, hold on, I've got to go. I'll call you man back. I mean, I'll be
All
back.
right, Joe. Pav.
yo, man.
On based on the situation with the injuries, right? Let me just say that the medical staff all and the new structure, because everybody we know was making a decision in general, right? And Luke Shaw come back fit from what we say the Euros. They didn't buy a left back. We was clamoring for a left back. They could have even had a free signing of Mario Hermoso at the end of the window, but they didn't. What we gonna do now? Should we promote a youth player? Should we try to initiate the buyback clause for Alvaro? What are you thinking?
Wait, we got a buyback clause for Alvaro,
Yeah.
but wouldn't that take effect in a transfer window?
I
Not
mean,
now.
yes, it will take effect in the transfer window,
But what is the
effectively.
buyback clause? Are we paying? Is there a fee already agreed? Have we got to pay more for him now that we sold him? That's the
Uh,
thing. Like again, he didn't get a chance under Ten Hag. So why is Ten Hag gonna want to use him again? See, we had options, right? Yeah, in this window, there was that left back who could play right back, who went to
mm,
Brighton, the Turkish guy, who I like. I like a
Kadioglu.
lot. Yeah, he
Kadioglu.
in the Euros he was really good, and he went what? He went for like 20 mil or something to, or even it might be less. I'm not sure on it, but he didn't go for a lot of money um, to Brighton, and for Brighton he's done okay. He's done pretty well.
Yeah, he's been
Uh,
decent.
I feel like
Sorry, I
for
was
us though, he
someone
wouldn't
just
have
messaged
been.
me.
Oh,
Yeah,
he wouldn't
and
have been 20 mil for us though. I feel like.
no, I reckon it would have because these lot done pretty well for some of the transfers we got. Like I said, I don't like Xerxes, and I kind of had a feeling I wouldn't. But I said the fact that we bought him for about 30 million to 34 million, it wouldn't be too much of a loss because we can recuperate a lot of that money back. Considering there's a lot of teams out there who like tall strikers and that, but I don't think he's going to be any good. But we could have probably got that left back for around the same price. And then the other one was obviously the Hamaso. He's a natural centre back, but he can't play left back when needed because he's done it at Atletico Madrid. I've seen him do it many times at Atletico Madrid. The
And for
third
Spain.
option we had, that we could have just gone back and got Reguilon on loan for cheap again. Why didn't we do the same thing we did last year for 6 months and an extended 6 months if we need him?
And there's
Why
the
could
thing,
we do that?
there's the question, and I mean, at the end, it will all roads we can also lead to Ten Hag. At the same time, with the new structure trying to implement, I trying to figure out if they also made this decision and say, well, we go and back this based on medical advice from the medical team or whatnot, and holistically made a decision now.
Because that's what happened last season when we got rid of Reguilon. I know Ten Hag faced a lot of the blame for that, but he was told that both Malacia and Luke Shaw would be available the second half of the season, and it turned out both of them wasn't. So I think the medical staff, which I think Ineos have changed some of them, if I'm correct, have probably said, well, Luke Shaw's going to be fit and Malacia's almost there. Now, Malacia had a little bit of an extension. I know he's in first team training now, but he's not ready yet. let's be honest, he's not played in almost 2 years. He's not gonna be ready until after Christmas probably, because he's not gonna be up to speed at all. So I think it's him. I think the medical staff have flopped. For whatever reason, Ten Hag never liked Fernandes. For whatever reason. Similar way he doesn't really like Ahmad. As in, Ahmad's cut through a little bit, but he's never been his number one guy. Garnacho, Rashford have always, even Anthony at points, have always been ahead of him in the pecking order. Fernandes did well at was it Preston? I think he won their player of the season or something. Or young player of the season in the championship.
Well at,
and for a young kid in the championship, that's quite impressive. And he looked okay in pre-season, but for whatever reason we moved him on. I don't think that was probably hindsight. It looks terrible. I didn't think it was good at the time, but it looks really bad now considering what we've been left with.
100%. And what's funny though is that, like, I will refer to this. Remember, Ten Hag got an interview. He was asked a question about some of these young players being released last summer, right? And he said to him, some of those decisions was beyond him because they were previously made. They was already set in motion. And I think that was in reference to some players like Mark Jurado, Alvaro Fernandez, even other players who left, like probably the youngsters.
What that Hansen Aaron's got? Oh, was it
Hansen
Aaron?
Yeah. So for me, it's like I wonder if it's something that the previous managed structure that was above him had decided, and he couldn't do anything about it.
Or the player might have decided. Like, there's a lot of politics we don't understand. The player might be like, obviously he's Spanish. He might be like, wait, can I go and play in Portugal? Yeah, I'd rather do that than be in Manchester. Like, these youth academy players have a bit of power as they kind of graduate as well, which we don't. We always see the club side going, why did they let them go? But there's times when the player doesn't want to stay.
You know the thing is, Courts. Have you realised over the years, right? We like. There's a word where you gatekeep. We gatekeep our youth players, until they're in their mid-20s. Before that's what
we can get value for them.
Yeah, and we were gatekeeping them. How many youth players were we actually allowing to go on loan before Ten Hag come in? Not many. Like, even under Oli and Mourinho, not many of these youth players were going out and getting games in the Championship or around Europe. I've only just started to see it now that they're doing it a bit more. But we used to gatekeep a lot of these youth players, That's why a lot of them just wanted to leave. We've had so many players, like youth players, that just ended up going. And it's like, why aren't we sending these players out to League One, League Two, Championship, and whatnot?
So
because if you're late teens, early 20s in the Man United reserves, it's unlikely you're breaking through to the first team.
100. And for me, I look at this kind of like a positive because, of course we might lose some talents, bro, but also we might develop some talents because, bro, like for me, Brush talk about Angel Gomez. That was the one youngster that I always really liked. I don't know how we sold him. I felt like
I think that was a player. That was a player one.
2 weeks for the Prem, bro. I always thought he was too weak for the Prem. He's too small and too weak for the Prem. In our team, anyway. The way that we were playing at the time, he would never fit in our team.
Also, I think his dad gassed him up too much because I think his dad was like, "This guy should be playing for Barcelona first team right now."
And wasn't there a video of this guy where my man went to like some church thing and he was like getting exercised or something by some?
That's an allegedly because I don't know that one. But
bro, that was him in the video. Have you all seen that video?
I've not seen that, but I just know that
my man there, the pastor there, bro, like kicking the demons out of this guy or something, bro. I don't know what he was doing, bro. Like, there was a mad video that was all over like Twitter and that. I don't know. I'm guessing it's still there, floating about somewhere. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like I said, man, we need to get a left back, bro. What we got? 2.5 months before the window opens, isn't it? We got to get a left back in January, bro. Alone. And like 100%. I said, I don't even care if it's Reguilon. We just need someone. And this is why I said at the moment, I know some people are saying that Amas isn't ready, but he's got to come through. And the only way to protect him is to have people helping him out in that area. On that side of the pitch, you have to have some players helping him out.
As in for Amas to come through, the structure has to change. As in we we can't get Amas doing what Deleu's currently doing at left back, or what Luke Shaw does at left back, because obviously he's what is he 17 or 18?
17.
17.
And like 2 months.
He's a
Bro,
kid.
we're seeing Yamal doing things at the age of 16, 17,
no,
bro. Like,
definitely.
But what I could say is, courts, right? With the young players, they play in this very same system at the youth level, right? So he been playing the same system for the last 2 seasons. So technically, he doing the same thing in the youth games, and he's one of those players like Biancheri that has played through 2 or 3 of the youth teams. So he's played under 18, he's played under 21s, and he's
The
played for
thing
the
is, but being in like defense, and this is where Kobe's like special and Shoney's special. Usually, when young players are up front, it's okay because if Yamal gives the ball away, you're up front. Whereas if you're a defender or midfielder, especially as well, when you make a mistake in those areas, it's quite key. We saw it like the preseason game against Liverpool. I think Salah skipped past him and that's, I wasn't mad at him. He's learning, but I think we need the wingers that he's faced in PL2 are not going to be nowhere near as good as the wingers that he faces in, like, even some of the wingers that we probably don't rate in the Prem will be way better than the wingers he's faced in the PL2. So I do think we need to protect him if he does come in, but I don't think he is coming in because he's like, even that Barnsley game would have been perfect for him, but he never brought him in. He wanted to play Collier there. So I think
is Lindelof a left foot or a right footer?
I think Lindelof right-footed, bro.
So it's gonna be Lindelof at right back and Deleuze at left back, but I still think we need to bring in Amas. He's got to get some minutes because we can't hope that Lindelof and Deleuze are going to be fit, especially Lindelof, all the way up until January. We can't depend on it. Like, you're gonna have to bring Amas in. You're gonna have to fast track him in. Like, I've seen other clubs do it. If other clubs, can constantly bring in youngsters, in the Premier League, and I'm talking about the clubs that are like down at the bottom, mid-table. Like, I get it. The clubs at the top, like the main top 6, innit? They don't do it as much because there's a lot on the line, innit? But at the rate that this team's going, like, because I don't want to hear injuries as an excuse anymore, innit? Like, you're gonna have to fast track this kid in, and then when he does play, you're gonna have to have some more protection on his side. Whether it's like Leacher moving to the left while he's like maybe going up a top, trying to whip some balls in, and one of the DMs pushing back in to fill in Leacher's space. Like, we've got to do it because we can't. Like, again, Lindelof coming back from a long injury period, isn't it? Like, I don't want to see Maguire, Evans playing at fullback, bro. I can't do it, or even the lip.
I don't think he would. I don't think it would definitely.
One second, guys. Irfan, you there? Nah, bro, you're not audible at all. I think you ought to go out and come back in. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's right. I was gonna say, like, definitely, it would be Lindelof and Martinez as the centre backs who would be put at fullback. If we're thinking, like, right, we haven't got Maguire and we've not got Evans. No, we've got Evans, sorry. We've not got Maguire. I don't know how long his injury is. Or, obviously, Mazraoui's out. Would it be like if you put Leacher at left back, the one thing is, he looked bad at left back, and
exactly.
He looked bad at left back in the Carabao. That was my issue.
See it, bro.
Hey, I think
we've got potentially Maguire, who's out. He limped off, didn't he? The last game.
He limped off.
Yeah,
and I know you've got potentially Maguire out. All you've got is the Leacher and Evans, bro. And even Evans in some of that game that we played, in it against Aston Villa, he took some big hits, bro. I thought he was injured as well at some point. So you've literally got 3 centre backs because you already know that he's going to probably play Deleuze and Lindelof at fullback. It's the only choice. What's his name? Lindelof's done it before. Played at left back and he's covered at right back. He's not the most physical. That's why I wouldn't have him at centre back over the other 3. So, like I said, bro, we can't do Leacher at left back, bro. Leacher ain't. My fullbacks have to have pace, bro. They have to have pace.
I dare with you, bro. This is why So this is why I was suggesting Anthony, But for the final question, I
Bro,
think
you might be right though. You never know. Ten Hag might just have to throw him then some games, like not even from the start though. Like I'm talking about maybe to come on off the bench, like to come
Yeah.
off the bench, and do it. Or either he's gonna have to change his tactics and play a 3-5-2 with the wing backs. But
but
then again, you have to have three centre backs playing. But
why don't just drop Anthony on the left, play Rashford off the right, and Ahmad and or rotate, put Rashford up front, play Ahmad off the right. So Anthony now will help Amas because we know Anthony will come back and defend.
I
Oh,
know.
I see
But
what
can
you're
you
saying.
trust him? Can you trust him for like 90 minutes to defend? You can't because he's not a natural fullback.
You know
Him
what I mean?
coming on
That
as a
so
sub
you're playing Anthony. You're
him
playing
coming on
Anthony.
as a sub for a little bit of the game where we just need to like I don't know, like we're not going to do anything up top, so we just need to shut shop and see out a result or whatever, a draw, whatever we're doing at the time. Like you can't trust Anthony to be the left back from the start of the game, bro. You
No.
can't do
You're
it.
playing Anthony up front on the left wing. Playing Rashford up front. You're playing Ahmad off the right, but you're playing Amas as a left back. So we know Anthony will certainly defend for at least 70 minutes, bro. So he could start Amas and he could always bring on somebody, bro. And he could play Dalot at right back. Bring
Yeah,
on
I get it,
Lindelof at the end of
and
the game, bro.
I
Last
get it.
30
Anthony
minutes.
tracks back more than the other wingers we have at this club at the minute, but I don't think Ten Hag's going to do it. That's the only problem.
Anyway, I'm gonna make a move, but like
His
and
golden
subscribe,
boy
people.
Rashford, bro. He'll
Big
always
up
play on the
thoughts.
left.
See you later, man.
Cool.
Joe, what your thoughts on that is? Like, what is that solution? Because it's like the final question of the show, bro. Like, so what's your final thoughts? What is that solution that you think we could possibly do that would, fix, at least carry us until the transfer window in January?
But left back, I think we need to push Amas through, bro. I've always said it since the start of the season. I think we need to start pushing him through. Why not? Why not, bro? In the times of crisis is when stars are born, bro. Yeah, let him
Mm.
free, or whoever you think is the one. Yeah, we need to start looking towards the youth. If they're doing it big, let them have at it. Yeah,
Yeah, I feel
that's
so
that's
too.
my belief. Yeah, if you're old, if you're good enough, you're old enough. That's all I think. Simple.
Pav, what you thinking, bro? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, what Joe said. I've been saying it. You're gonna have to push Shamas through. You got no choice, man. Whether he's like I
Mm,
said, he doesn't have to initially start, but you have to give him minutes. You have to grow him into it. Like I don't
thank
expect
you.
him to do amazing things straight away because he's a youngster. But again, if a manager's called you up, this is your chance to prove it. Like to show, like, and obviously, if going forward, like they don't award him for putting in good performances, he's shown other clubs what he can do.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Very
But
cool. Very cool.
at this point, bro, like I don't want to hear injuries as an excuse. So you're gonna have to bring this kid through. You're gonna have to fast track him. You're gonna have to get him to put in extra work. As a youngster, you can put in that extra work. Yeah, because you're
100.
young. You can do it. I've seen, like I said, there's no excuses because people say Yamal's like a different breed. It's not. Look at the size of the kid, bro. You could probably like put him outside and like in like wind, bro. Man's gonna fly away, innit? You can tell he's
But,
not
bro,
bulky enough, but
he
he's
stand
got the
next to
flair.
14-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo Jr. and Cristiano Ronaldo Jr. have bigger calves and body than him, more muscles on him and
He,
things.
people use this like the youth thing as an excuse. Like they're too young, bro. When you turn 18, yeah, you're an adult. Yeah, like you're
100.
playing top level flight football. Yeah, you're an adult. Like someone said, like the amount of times I hear, "Oh, they're young, they go older." Bro, these youngsters have their own youngsters. These kids
True.
have their own kids. Now, what we doing here?
True.
Not only,
You know what I mean?
but they
Like, I
should
feel
be.
like we need to try them out. Irfan, if he's there, you could speak, bro. If we hear you, you know what I mean? But I ain't hearing you, bro. I'm not sure how you're not connecting today, bro. But guys,
Done,
yeah,
done,
it's
done.
one of those things. I think we definitely need to look to the youth because we are a team that always have looked to the youth. It's our history, it's our tradition. It's one of those things where I feel like, whether if we bring back Alvaro in January, from now until then, I would give Hamas a chance because, like Joe's saying, you never know. It could be unpredictable. He could evolve throughout each game and get better and better. He has been showing good performances in the youth league. Of course, it's not the same level of competition, but he only gonna learn by experience. And you know, I mean, we might not be able to play him 90 minutes every game, but I would start him in games because it's always easier to allow a player to make a mistake early in the game that you could correct throughout the game than you know you bring him on at the end and he make a mistake that causes us to lose the game and we can't save the result. I feel like it would be better for boosting his confidence. You know what I mean? Because the
Agreed.
team could come back and win if you make a mistake in the first half, as opposed to if you come on as a sub 70th minute and make a mistake on the 80th minute. It's a different kind of situation. So I feel like maybe start him and bring on Lindelof in the second half because yeah, I not trusting Lindelof physicality, bro. I think I would rather try this youth man.
And not
The
only
only thing
that, but at least it gives them.
go on, Joe.
Sorry, I was just gonna say at least it gives them confidence going forward as well. Do you know what I mean? If you start them and they do well, yeah, that could only do better for your team. You're building up a good squad there that's confident enough to play against grown-ass men. Well, they're grown-ass men anyway, like Pat said, isn't it? Yeah, but not to be intimidated by the likes of the competition. That's what we want. We want a strong leadership set going throughout the team from front to back. And you're only going to do that by getting the confidence in the game to play against the best players. And if we don't start seeing some of these players, look, if this is the frustration that we have in it when it comes to Ten Hag sometimes, we're seeing that we have these squad players. We saw them in pre-season, and we're thinking, okay, this is looking all right. I want to see more of this, and then we don't see it no more.
True.
Where are they? Collier playing left back actually amazed me that time. You know, it pissed me off a little bit. Yeah. Collier playing left back.
He's been playing in this new league that I told you guys about that recently started called the National League Cup. You know, they've been playing extra games. It's not usually it would have been 3 tournaments, now it's 4. Plus they have to play this kind of National Cup thing that has all the different European teams. It's like the smaller version of the European League. So it's one of those things, bro. There's a lot of things going on that, you know, I mean, they don't want to overkill the youth. They're playing at 4 or 5 games right now. It's 4 different
Have we
tournaments,
disregarded Collier as well? Is he injured? Because I ain't had his name spoken
No. He
in a
was
minute.
playing in this cup, this new cup, the other night.
I mean, he might end up putting him at left back as well at some games. You never know.
You never know, bro. Well, guys, you know, we're just here to talk about the injuries and possible solutions for that. You know what I mean? Later on, we'll be back with more to discuss. You know, there's lots of things we could discuss. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Plus, there's international break. Guys, I will be doing a Trinidad watch along tonight at 10 p.m. UK.
Are you
if you guys
playing?
want to join in? Playing Cuba. We are away in Cuba. So hopefully we get a win against the Cubans, but you know what I mean. It's looking all right. I'm not too trusting this new coach. The other coach, I didn't really like him too much, but I could have seen some progression with him. I think that the federation sacked him too soon. But this new coach, you know, I'll have to give him some time. This is going to be his 4th game. Hopefully, he can win this one. You know, he did say, you know, after 4 games he will start winning. So let's see how it goes. Big up to all of you guys for joining. Big up to Gavin Williams. Big up to Brushing. Yeah, bro. Big up against Castro boys. Big up to Gavin Williams. Ten Hag out, he says. You can understand that, bro. Big up to Jack Reacher. He says Anthony left back. If complain, out. I could understand that as well. We do have a buyback clause for Alvaro Fernandez as well as Marc Curado. So let's see what they do if they bring back one of those youngsters. I think either one will be suitable. They were both promising. I think they were sold too soon. Big up to you guys for coming in. Big up to Joe Blackman. Big up to Pav. Big up to Quartz for coming in as well. Big up to Irfan, although he didn't get on board. Big up to you guys. I hope you have a great afternoon, and we'll be back later on. Peace out, guys.
Baby.